guys did a good job of trying to keep the ball in front of us. It's a really hard task, especially with Yogi Field, just trying to keep the ball in front of us. But I thought we bottled them up a little bit. They had a couple of open looks that they just didn't go down right away for them. We were fortunate that they didn't go down. But I just thought our attention to detail was really good, and we never let one of their guys, especially Blackman and Farrell, really get going. And when those guys are efficient and they score 20s and they only take 10 to 12 shots, it really helps them. And tonight, those guys took about as many shots as they got points, and I thought that was going to be a key for us. We just couldn't let them get 25 points on 12 shots. And Troy Williams, to me, is just their key. When he's scoring like he did against Georgetown and Butler, attacking, got that big rebound against Illinois late in the game. When he's that active, they're really good. Even when one of their two top scorers doesn't have, say, a great game. But if one of the two has a great game and he's on, they're awfully tough to beat.
Matt, you often talk about it with your team, that how when the shots are going in, you seem to play pretty darn well at the other end.
Right.
I'm not just pointing at them, but Blackman and Farrell were 2 for 11, and you were able to really take advantage of some things with your offense tonight. Is that maybe kind of an example of what you're talking about with your own team that may have happened to them tonight?
Right. Well, I think anytime you take a lot of threes, and we've had this happen to us, is those long rebounds, you got to convert them. So we were able to get some conversion off, some long rebounds, getting out on the break, and we got a lot of layups, whether that was transition or in the half court. Not a lot of post moves, actually. They did a good job bottling up, but anytime people spend that much attention or give that much attention to our post play, I think it opens up other things for our other guys.
Coach, those backdoor passes and cuts from them early on were really all the offense they were getting.
Right.
What sort of adjustments did you guys make at halftime to really bottle that up?
None really. We just have to do a better job of keeping the ball in front of us. I think all those passes, a couple of them, especially from Yogi, to where we didn't get the ball squared up. He turned down a couple ball screens. He got along the baseline a couple times, and you have to know how to defend when they drive the baseline, because a lot of times they dribble through the baseline and don't stop. Then they try to kick out for those threes or dump down for an easy layup. So we just try to talk about our rules and what we wanted to do when that happened. And so even though they were getting a couple of them, they're going to get something. They're too good individual players.
Matt, did you feel like AJ and Isaac did what they needed to do as far as adjusting to the smaller lineup that IU had? Why were they effective and able to win those matchups?
Yeah, well, they didn't score a lot of points. You look at their numbers. AJ probably helped us the most by blocking shots, and obviously being at the rim. So I think the attention that IU gave them at times really opened up some things for drives. And I thought we did a good job on Indiana win zone. Then they didn't really go back to it very much, just because we've really been good at moving the ball and passing the ball and getting the ball where it needs to be against the zone. And but no, I think those openings and our guys' understanding of when to attack and when not to attack really helped.
Coach, Basil really struggled early on in the Big Ten season. Last 2 games, he's been absolutely terrific. Is this what you envisioned his role being as active as he's been against Iowa and IU?
Yeah, well, his energy's great, and he's been able to get out on the break a couple times. He's very good in the open court and in finishing. But no, it's just bringing that type of energy coming off the bench, helping us on the defensive glass, and helping us, using his athleticism. We tried to switch 5 ways a couple times and bring him into the game and do that, and they broke him down a couple times. But no, he's been great here the past 2 games.
Matt, what did you think of Bryson?
I thought Bryson was very good. I thought he did some good things defensively, just trying to get him to drive the ball. We knew they wouldn't guard him. He took the bait a couple times, and but outside of those 2, those plays, I thought he could get to the rim. Anytime you back up off quickness, it gives you a head of steam, and it's really hard to keep those guys in front of you when you back that far off. Don't do what Indiana wants you to do, and that's take that jump shot. Drive the ball. And so when he drove the ball, I thought he really helped us.
Matt, a follow-up to that, you talk about when guys don't play, keep them mad, keep them ahead when you get the opportunity. Obviously, he took advantage of that when he got the opportunity.
Yeah, he really, since we haven't played him, he's had a good attitude, and he's done some good things in practice, and We thought this was a great opportunity for him to play and guard, their quickness. We thought he could match it, but we knew they wouldn't guard him, and we really felt like he could drive the ball and give us a punch, on the offensive end.
Matt, you mentioned attention to detail on defense. Did you see it on offense too? It seemed there was that one sequence there. I don't remember what zone it was they were running, but I think three straight trips they went to it, and you got really good looks for Isaac. It looked like they were pretty ready for it. Did you see that same attention to detail offensively?
Well, he's so hard to guard, and he gets those guys so deep. They can try what they want to try, but in a zone, you have responsibilities to get out. So we felt like if we could get him on the same side with some, overloads or just with shooters, then they have to guard those guys, and it makes it easier. So that's what we tried to do. He was going to have a tough time defensively against these guys, and they exploited that a couple times. They hit a couple threes on pick and pops, and the one time they picked and popped, and the kid from Illinois State, hit Yogi on the back cut, and so we tried to go smaller and do some different things. I'd like to keep him in there more, but with certain lineups it was hard in the second half.
Matt, you mentioned earlier this week that the clock was ticking on getting some quality wins for this season.
Yeah.
What might this one do for you in the program this year?
Well, hopefully, getting back-to-back top 25 wins will give us some confidence that we can compete with, teams that I feel that are NCAA tournament teams. I feel both teams we beat are NCAA tournament teams. I think they've proven themselves, with how they've competed and how they've played and the wins that they've had. So we just got to continue to build on that. We have a very young team, and I thought we really got out-competed at Illinois, especially on the glass. They had a couple guys out. Had a couple guys really step up and play harder than us, and we haven't rebounded well for 3 games, and that's going to get us at some point. So we got to get that figured out and do better. But I'm happy with our effort, and our defensive field goal percentage has really improved here in the past couple weeks, and we just got to keep getting better there.
Matt, did you see this kind of defensive performance coming? I mean, did you see improvement these last couple of games where they were getting a lot better defensively, and it would really look like they got better if you just rebounded a little better? I mean, have you seen the light coming on defensively?
Yeah, we've made improvements. Rafael Davis has done a really good job and kind of spearheading that for our team. Octius has been there for us, but our team defense is a lot better. I think we have a lot of room for improvement. I think sometimes it goes your way in a game. I felt Indiana had some looks in the first half that just didn't go down for them. I felt like they hit those now. The game could maybe go a little bit differently. Obviously, we struggled boxing out, but the game just kind of went our way after that. But we're better defensively. We still have a long way to go.
Coach, does it surprise you to see how many blocks AJ finished with?
Not really. I was kind of surprised that a couple of them challenged him when they were just one-on-one with him. You got to move him around. You move him around, you can attack him and get fouls and get him behind plays. But if he's set and he's there, it's better, especially if you don't have the size to go against him just to kick it out. They challenged him a couple times that they shouldn't have challenged him. And if they're going to do that, then you got to try to dunk on him and go at him. But no, he has great instincts, especially if he can get to his left hand. He really likes to block shots with his left hand.
2 more, Nate, and then Logan.
I know you already asked about Bryson, but in earlier games this year, I guess Illinois is the best example when Octius goes out with the 2 fouls, and just even for a short time, it was costly. So how do you think you were able to weather that storm today, both offensively and defensively, with PJ and Bryson? What better did you see out of them coming in and supporting him?
Well, I thought they just made better decisions. It was great to see PJ, knock down that 3. He shot one when he first came out. I thought it was a great shot. Then he passed one up. And I thought that really hurt us when he passed it up. He's got to continue to, to shoot the basketball and take care of the basketball. And, I thought Bryson, really gave us a lift, not just scoring it, but also his defense. I thought he really helped us. They just got to, keep doing what we're asking them to do and stay positive and keep playing. It's hard. It's a difficult thing to come off the bench and feel comfortable, especially when your minutes fluctuate. It's a very difficult thing to do.
Coach, I think it was pretty evident how much the players were feeding off of the energy tonight. How good was that crowd, and what did they do for?
Our crowd was unbelievable. It's the best crowd we've had here probably in 3 years. The student section was great, and you can feed off that. Indiana does a lot of that at their place. They really build that momentum through their home crowd, and I thought our guys were great. But we had to, you have to give them something to cheer about. You got to play well, and I thought our guys, were up to the challenge, and they played well. that really gave us in the game.